By virtue of the power vested in me as acting Vice-Chancellor, I hereby declare that this congregation of the Vaal University of Technology is duly constituted for the diplomas and degrees to be conferred to those students whose names appear on the program. Can you please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem?
Ladies and gentlemen, as a congregation, you are invited to take a moment as we observe a prayer before we commence with the initial official program. Let us pray. Dear Almighty, the Omniscient One, we come before you with all humility to save you and your people. Please guide us in everything that we say and do. Bless each and every one of us and bless our institution. Inspire us to strive for that which is good and not to be self-seeking and to serve our own interests, but let everything be done to your glory. Use us as your vessels of honor so that the fruit of our labor may endure, for peace and goodwill towards all mankind. We ask this in your name. Amen. We may be seated. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Vaal University of Technology at the Vanderbilt Park campus. Acting Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to welcome you as a congregation gathered here today to witness and celebrate the achievement of our students at VUT on this momentous occasion. A special word of welcome to our distinguished guests, to members of staff, to families and friends, to all our diplomats and graduates. Welcome to this long-awaited day. May it be everything that you hoped for. Thank you.
Thank you for that word of welcome. I'd like to make some acknowledgements. I'd like to acknowledge the Chair of Council, Ms. Rufiwe Buthelezi, in her absence. I'd like to acknowledge the Vice Chancellor, Prof. Ntate Dankwade, in his absence. And I'd like to acknowledge the SRC President, Mr. Manda Masendi, in his absence. My name is Maggie Linnington. I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Teaching, Learning and Student Support Services, and today I'm Acting Vice Chancellor for the graduations. I'm joined on stage by the Acting Executive Dean, Prof. Mafini, Prof. Obi Mokoena, as well as the Deputy Senior Registrar, Mr. George Moffat-King, and Prof. Isabayera. So then we have also SRC members of staff of the PhD students, supervisors thereof as well. So that's on stage. I'd like to acknowledge all members of the faculty who have done a lot to get our students here today. I'd like to acknowledge the SRC, members of council present, members of the Institutional Forum present, members of management present. I'd especially like to acknowledge all family and friends of the students that are present here, as well as the graduating students today. Putting on a graduation ceremony might seem quite simple. We put on some fancy gowns, come and stand here, make some speeches, we all clap and we walk out. But a lot of work actually goes into it in terms of organizing everything that goes on. From the cleaners this morning, I saw them around 7 o'clock already cleaning up from yesterday, all the way through to the members of institutional advancement, the registrar's office, and the faculty. So there's printing being done, there are photographers here, there's sound mechanics. So there's a lot of work that goes into a graduation, and I'd like to acknowledge the contribution of every single person who has been involved in this graduation ceremony. You're each a very important cog in the wheel, and thank you for your service to the university, and I'm sure the students thank you as well. So that's my acknowledgements. Good afternoon. Congratulations to all the parents, family and friends, as well as the graduates. Halala. Welcome to the first Master graduations since 2020. It's a milestone for us as a university, and we're proud to share this moment with you, the graduates' parents and friends and family. It's a special moment of joy for everyone here and for those who are standing expectantly outside. The university, specifically the faculties, the parents, family, friends, and particularly the graduates and diplomats, well done. It's a moment of joy, as our mission as a university is to produce employable and entrepreneurial graduates. Today we are celebrating producing graduates and confirming their degrees and diplomas on them. But our graduates have struggled to get here, especially the last 2 years, have not been easy. COVID brought lockdown, emergency remote teaching and learning, exams disappeared, suddenly we had continuous assessment, we had to find data, we were at home, the networks weren't always reliable, and we had to redesign teaching, learning, and assessment. Companies weren't taking our students for work integrated learning, and everyone had to find a new way to do everything we had ever done before, both university staff as well as students. But these graduates persevered, and perseverance is a quality that is diminishing and dying in the world, where instant and now is normal. Perseverance is a quality that university students must learn to succeed. And it's a quality that if they carry into their work life, their home life, their businesses, in fact, their whole life, it will help them succeed in the future. It will be the one quality that helps them to stand out against the person who's standing next to them, the one who perseveres and succeeds in life. So I want to congratulate them for that and wish that they take it forward with them. But as we share this moment of joy, I thought it was appropriate that since we're standing in the Desmond Tutu Great Hall, to reflect on the book by Desmond Tutu, or some thoughts in the book by Desmond Tutu, the Archbishop, and the Dalai Lama, which they wrote together called the Book of Joy, as we consider the future. And one of the things they state is that we have two ways of experience joy or enjoyment. The first is through our senses. We feel things, we eat things, we taste things, we see things, we hear things, music, movies, books, we can imagine it, food. Even events like this, they bring us joy visually through our senses. But we can also experience joy at a deeper level through our minds, love, compassion, and generosity. So in this event, we're also experiencing joy through love and compassion. So the first one is a little bit transient. In fact, it wears away. So when you eat your first bowl of ice cream, it's fantastic, but the second bowl isn't as fantastic as the first. And the first spoon's probably the best of the whole lot. So it tends to wear off, whereas the second, truer, deeper joy grows as we go along. So Archbishop Tutu claims that our greatest joy is when we seek to do good for the other. And so I wanted to focus a bit on that. Our second part of our mission as a university is that our students will have a positive impact in society. So we really want for them to discover their greatest joy into the future, which is when they seek to do good for the other. And that as they go forward with their degrees and diplomas, that they actually have a positive impact on society. And it sounds like an ideal and a philosophy, but it's actually biologically true and is wired into our brains. And I'll get there just now. But the real pursuit of happiness, therefore, doesn't lie in money, cars, and material success. It lies in generosity, humility, compassion, and love. So Archbishop Tutu goes on to say that compassion and generosity are the essence of Ubuntu and the essence of and the center of our humanity. And so and to be fully human requires us to be fully generous and compassionate, and that will lead to joy. And as I said, it's actually scientific. We have 4 neurocircuits in our brains that respond to pleasure. And one of them is just linked to caring for others. And generosity and compassion stimulate the hypothalamus. This stimulates the vertical tegmental region, and that makes us experience pleasure. And this is because neuropeptides are released, like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. They counteract stress and they make us feel good. So when we give to others from love, compassion, and generosity, we receive as well. We receive joy and we receive pleasure. And in fact, because of the specific neuropeptides, it can become quite addictive that we learn to enjoy, and we look forward to actually being generous to other people because it makes us feel good, which is fantastic. So as we walk from here, all of us in the university community, the graduates, the students, the parents, let us actually pursue having an impact in society, doing the positive things in society that will build us all up, so that we can actually pursue spiritual joy, which is good for ourselves as well as for the other, as we develop our sense of generosity, compassion, gratitude, and humility. And I would absolutely be so stoked if our students were known for those qualities of generosity and compassion. But before we end, I just want to say, let's not forget about all the people who supported us during the last 3, 4, 5 years while we were pursuing our degrees, especially the last 2, and those who actually succumbed to COVID and aren't with us today, but they were a huge part in what brought us here. And let's just have a minute of silence to remember those who aren't here, but who are actually part of what we're celebrating. In ending, I just want us to look at the brand behind us, and you'll see inside the V there's some waves, and that represents the Vaal River. And the Vaal River is like the lifeblood of Gauteng, as well as much of South Africa. And my wish is that the graduates of the Vaal University of Technology will become part of the lifeblood of South Africa in the future. I wish to congratulate and thank you.
Acting Vice Chancellor, it is my honor to present to you candidates of the Faculty of Management Sciences of the Vaal University of Technology, whose names appear on the program for the receiving of diplomas and degrees. This award is for the Master of Management in Supply Chain Management degree, and the name of the recipient is Masemola Shilela Catherine. The title of the dissertation is Drivers of Procurement Performance in the Public Health Industry in the Gauteng Province. The supervisors were Dr. O. Omorui, and the co-supervisor is Dr. J.P. van der Westhuizen. Ladies and gentlemen, Masemola Shilela Catherine. The next award is this award is for the doctor, the philosophy doctor in business administration, the PhD in business administration qualification. The title of the thesis reads as follows: A comparative study of entrepreneurship, education, and entrepreneurial intentions amongst students at selected South African institutions of higher learning. The promoter was Professor C. Mafini, who is speaking, and the co-promoter was Professor M. Durab. Before I mention his name, I would also highlight that he is a member of staff in the Department of Logistics and Supply Chain Management. And the name is Macheke Moses Jametane. As is our culture, I'm going to ask Prof. Aubrey Mukwena, who is a professor in the Faculty of Management Sciences, to come and read the abstract. Prof. Mukwena.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to read Macheke MJ's abstract as requested. The title of the thesis, if I may repeat, is A Comparative Study of Entrepreneurship Education and Entrepreneurial Intentions Among Students at Selected South African Institutions of Higher Education. And the abstract reads thus. The study provides a comparative analysis of the outcomes and entrepreneurship education in technical and vocational education and training, in other words, TVET, colleges and universities of technology, the UOTs. Now, the theory of planned behavior and the theory of reasoned action were used as theories to undergird the study. In addition, self-efficacy, need to achieve, and instrumental readiness were included as the research constructs. The study adopted a quantitative survey design to analyze the proposed linkages between the identified research constructs. A self-administered survey questionnaire was used to gather the data from the sample students from a selected TVET college and a UOT, both based in Gauteng province. Now, the study concludes that entrepreneurial education is an important tool that can be used to enhance the entrepreneurial intentions of the students in both TVETs and UOTs. It further draws the conclusion that students from the TVET colleges are more dependent on external factors such as the support of their families and friends, as well as the availability of resources to start thinking of starting their own business, whereas those from the UOTs are more reliant on internal motivation. Among other things, the study reinforces the inclusion of entrepreneurship as part of the learning content in most subjects at HEIs. Such an approach might inspire students to venture into entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Moses Jametane Macheke. The next award is still for the PhD or Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration. The title of the thesis reads as follows: internal drivers of innovation and sustainability in South African manufacturing small and medium enterprises. The promoter for the study was Professor Elizabeth Chinomona, and the co-promoter was Professor C. Mafini, and the name of the student is Mofokeng Simon Abraham. I am going to ask Prof. Elizabeth Chinomona to come and present the abstract. Prof.
Okay, thank you, Dean, Vice Chancellor, Dean, staff members, our parents, all protocols observed. Allow me to read the abstract of my student, Mofokeng Simon Abraham. The title of the thesis reads as follows: Internal Drivers of Innovation and Sustainability in South African Manufacturing Small and Medium Enterprises. As a result of technological changes and business operational policies, SMEs typically must revisit their internal management systems, innovativeness, and sustainability practices to promote their success. So the study empirically tested the relationship between internal management systems, innovativeness, and the sustainability of manufacturing SMEs in South Africa. Owners, managers, and employees of manufacturing SMEs based in Gauteng province were selected to participate in the study. The study was conducted using a quantitative method based on a positivistic research paradigm. Two new SMEs sustainability factors, namely employee training outcomes and corporate compliance to policy, were extracted using the factor analysis procedure. Of the three internal management systems, two factors, namely infrastructure development and employee training, exerted an influence on innovation. Likewise, innovation also exerted a positive influence on two SME sustainability factors, which are namely the product of the nature of the product and also social sustainability. Theoretically, the study provides direction to the link between internal management systems and SME innovation and sustainability. Practically, the study demonstrates the need for enhanced resource allocation and capitalization on manufacturing SMEs, which can be channeled towards the improvement of internal business processes, innovation, and productivity for their long-term sustainability. Thank you. Well done, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Prof. Chinomona. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Simon Abraham Mofokeng. We continue with the award of PhDs. Next one is for the PhD in Business Administration once again. And the thesis title reads as follows: Leadership and its influence on the performance of manufacturing SMEs or manufacturing small and medium enterprises, supply chains in South Africa. The promoter for the study is Prof. C. Mafini, and the co-promoter is Professor Pierre Joubert. I will have the honors of presenting the abstract for my student. Leadership malpractices have been identified as a major challenge contributing to the failure of many manufacturing SMEs in South Africa. This study tests a conceptual framework for transformational and transactional leadership, supply chain execution, and supply chain performance in manufacturing SMEs in South Africa. The study was based on quantitative data collected from owners, managers, and specialist employees in manufacturing SMEs located in Gauteng, the Free State, and Northwest provinces. Hypothesis tests showed that two leadership factors, namely individualized consideration and management by exception, positively predicted supply chain execution. The results further showed that supply chain execution significantly predicts supply chain agility and customer service. The study proposes a refined model for managing the relationship between leadership, supply chain execution, and performance in manufacturing SMEs. Study provides a starting point for posing new research questions about the impact of leadership styles and supply chain management in SMEs in South Africa and other developing countries. Last but not least, the study is useful for the diagnostics of performance challenges in SMEs, highlighting the importance of leadership and supply chain management as important input factors. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ivan Langton. The final award for a PhD or Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration goes to Zuva Joseph. The title of his thesis is Corporate Social Responsibilities, Reputation, and Performance in the Mining Sector in Zimbabwe. The promoter for the student, once again, was Professor C. Mafini, and the co-promoter was Dr. J.P. van der Westhuizen. I'm going to ask my colleague, Dr. J.P. van der Westhuizen, who is the acting head of the Logistics and Supply Chain Department, to come forward and present the abstract. Doc.
I will now read the abstract. The study tests the influence of corporate social responsibility on reputation and performance in the mining sector in Zimbabwe. A quantitative method was followed to collect data from managers and professional employees drawn from the mining sector. The data analysis techniques utilized included descriptive statistics, exploratory factor analysis, Pearson correlations, and regression analysis. Factors such as partnership, trust, honesty, disclosure, competitive advantage, operational efficiency, values based on morality and transparency were identified as the dimensions of corporate social responsibility. Hypothesis tests confirmed the existence of positive relationships between corporate social responsibility practices and corporate reputation. In turn, corporate reputation exerted a positive influence on corporate performance. Using these results, a model was developed applicable to the management of corporate social responsibility, corporate reputation, and performance for the mining sector in Zimbabwe. Overall, the study demonstrates the importance of corporate social responsibility as a driver of firm reputation and performance in the mining sectors in developing countries. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Joseph Zuva. The next award is for the postgraduate diploma in logistics, Seloa KS. Let's have a NME. Masuku K. Mamburu T. This award, next award, is for the Advanced Diploma in Human Resource Management. Zintou EA, cum laude. The next award is for the Advanced Diploma in Logistics, and we are presenting it to a staff member, Bradbury V. Kwebu BP. Letswalo MS. Mokwena MM. Zila T. Kachedi D. Lepedi KD. Lipali T. Madoda LG. Magoa MPM. Maluleke NA. Mkumbeni TM. Makura VK. Moloi PM. Lelati NC. Kanye KN. Manoto QT. Mokosi TR. Motebe KK. Ramoetlo EM. Matlala K. Matangana AN. Ubisi K. Mbango K. Mofokeng N. Mailoa Muilwa T. Mubulai K. KT. Sibuyi VT. Shabangu NP. Koza MI. Nkabinde LX. Manama KT. Mokwena P. Mabala G. Matombo MS. Maleka TE. Mundalamo T. Rashipanga T. Namane KJ. Sitole NP. Ndou IM. Thank you. Motaung SS. Zuli TS. Moloto T. Masilane C. Ricozzo TT. Ramutangwa T. Muruli N.M. Ramashia T. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Marweshe MMM. Mpahlele MF. Mpofu TS. Nkuna GT. Thank you. Thank you. Maluleke MF. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. The next award is for the Bachelor of Technology in Logistics, and the recipient is Mongwe FT.
Thank you. For the Diploma Logistics, Vaal MP. Zwane S. Ndake T. Fetile A.S. Nhlapu J. Baloy T. Tsindane A. Liakwe C. K. Mushao N. Moloi M.H. Bugaku N.M. Sibia M.L. Mofokeng K. Machika K.M. Monsitsi K.A. Maletsani T.T. Motsuneng P.S. Nayaka N.M. Thank you. Bila N. Thank you. Next is Koza N.A. Tafeng L.A. Paloi R. Lesholi R.M. Siseng M.B. Marceli R.A. Risenga X. Mabuya S.D. Piri, G.R. Liu, K. Radebe, T.M.I. Mushwana, S.J. Sikeleko, G.M. Jelebe, U. Mudau, Z. Mchina, M. Mnisi, C.T. Mashiani, D.S. Thank you. Thank you. Nemavidi, F.E. Mula, L.N. Masua, N. Molu, A. Mapatle, M.P. Mosidi, K.A. Nki, T.V. Ntlari, C.E. Mamabolo, M.R. Ramansu, R.H. Mabasu, K. Malukitleke, L. Nkabela, H.N. Naiwabe T. Makalima K. Salani B.V.
Yes, my friend.
Pule C.R. Lelala Z. Mofokeng N.M. Chabangu K. Nkwashu P. Mdluli I.L.S. Shabangu B.L. Mtsele Z.G. Piri L.P. Ralisela L.P. Tembu C.V. Rampitsang M. Kasongu K.A. Lumania B.D. Muyanga J.D.I. Nwawakeo M.C. Murane M. Ndwani D.D. Mpai K.S. Ngebulana Z. Pule L. Mutala NH. Matebula T. Ramoba MMN. Kolela JN. Tai N. Makwanazi LBI. Morisang K. Nkosi G. Ntemere M. Suntumule DM. Twala TCB. Menir ED. Nobre PMF. Setemela PF. Banda R. Maseku L. Mpini NG. Mkizi PA. Mangena TI. Mongwe I. Teti N. Mokosi K.O. Mahele T.S. Mabena M.P. Setseo T. Mukwena W.P. Lutuli F. Vubela Z. Vumbela A.
Acting Vice Chancellor, I hereby request that you confer the diplomas and degrees in absentia on those students whose names appear on the program but could not be present today.
I hereby do confer the diplomands and graduands whose name appear on the program but could not be present at this congregation.
Acting Vice Chancellor, I thank you.
Parole, focco, cocci, massi, fughe, te lasci stare. Te lasci stare. Però da cara presa non ne struglie sulla padar. Sulla padar. Yamma, yamma, tu poppo, yamma, ya. Yamma, yamma, tu poppo, yamma, ya. Funicula, 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 funicula. Tu poppo, yamma, ya. Funicula, funicula. Yamma, yamma, poppo, yamma, ya. Yamma, yamma, poppo, yamma, ya. Funicula, 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 funicula. Poppo, yamma, ya. Funicula, funicula. Ai serra nanni nemmene salette, tu sai l'errore. Tu sai l'errore. Aro, su cuore in grado chiudi sdiette, farmen non può. Farmen non può. Aro, la focco cocci massi fughe, ti lasci stare. Ti lasci stare. Però da cuore preso non ne struglie, sull'acqua d'ar. Sull'acqua d'ar. Yamma, yamma, tu pompo, yamma, ya. Yamma, yamma, pompo, yamma, ya. Funicula, 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 funicula. Tu pompo, yamma, ya. Funicula, funicula. Yamma, yamma, pompo, yamma, ya. Yamma, yamma, pompo, yamma, ya. Funicula, 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 funicula. Pompo, yamma, ya. Funicula,
I must thank the choir for that and for ending this graduation ceremony on a high note. By virtue of the power vested in me as acting Vice-Chancellor, I now dissolve the congregation of the Vaal University of Technology and thank everyone for staying to the end. Please remain, please stand while we leave the hall. Thank you. Marena,